I think the number one thing for why I don't actually have like significantly more viewers is because I didn't and I don't focus on creating content that lives somewhere. So I say really interesting stuff and I say really good stuff for people that watch, but you have to catch it live. It never goes on YouTube. It never goes anywhere. Like all my commentary on like business stuff and like Twitch and like is probably really insightful because I'm one of the only people that knows that stuff. But I don't see every time. But it doesn't actually live anywhere. So I don't put in the work to put my content on YouTube and stuff like that. And because of that, it often gets lost, or it always gets lost. And that's a big reason why I haven't been discovered more. Everybody underestimates how much YouTube helps streamers. The number one thing you can do as a streamer is do YouTube. I'm not memeing at all. A lot of the stuff I say on my show, I want to live. I want it to live. It's actually starting to bother me a lot that my content doesn't live anywhere. Like how many, like you guys that are older on the stream, right? Like a lot of my old time subs are here. Like, God, do you think about all the talks we've had that are so valuable? Wouldn't that be really cool if those were on YouTube? Even if 100 people watch them, it would be really neat. And like, I would like to go back to those in like 10 years and be like, oh, that's how much of an idiot I was, or that's how good I was, or whatever. Do you think D&D has helped your stream very much? No. Do you let people take your clips and put them on compilations you don't make anything off of? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Anybody that wants to upload anything to YouTube from mine would be fantastic. Be great. I try to find old talks to specific, old VOD to specific talks. Yeah. Exactly, Dave. Yeah. Just like there's like a 6-hour VOD and there's like 20 minutes in there somewhere where I said some like ridiculously big brain business thing. And it was like some like $1 million thing, and then like it's just gone. Would there be a point where you'd be big enough on YouTube where you would not be okay with people posting your content like that? It's a really good question. My answer is no, because I think that all publicity is good publicity, but that's a pretty rare thing. The thing is, your home audience is always going to watch the content on your channel. So it's never going to draw viewers away from you, right? They're going to watch the content on your channel predominantly, as they're subscribed to you, is going to be the majority of your viewership. And then other people might find you as a result of that extraneous content that other people are uploading. Pretty much like if you want the number one thing that... So let's just like think about like how much attention... Though weirdly, this didn't reflect in the statistics, but... If you look at like clips and stuff, like if these had been on YouTube, it would have been different. But like, if you look at like the clips, like all these things are because people shared this stuff on Reddit, and this did like massive stuff for the channel. So I'm a huge fan of people sharing my content and monetizing it. Like, go crazy, absolutely. Destiny, for example, does monetary claims on other users for content. He's wrong. I mean, this is really bad to do. Well, he's not wrong in the context of what his goals are. Sorry, that's not right to say. Because Destiny's goals are not to grow his viewership on Twitch. He doesn't care about that. So for him, maybe what he wants to do is just like retain... I mean, who knows what he wants? But if his goal was to grow himself as much as possible, he would not do that. He should not do that. One of your old streams when you talked about job of CEO and KPIs really stuck with me. I remember that. That was cool. If that's the case, then why did you immediately throw aside the idea of giving your editor all YouTube income instead of directly paying? Because I know what that entails. Like at some point, you're going to be paying your YouTube editor like $10K a month. And also the problem with basically like what we're talking... So, okay, to me, that's exactly the same as doing an equity deal with someone, right? Like basically you're saying... But let me give you an example, okay? Just to show you how ridiculous giving 100% of your income is to someone. Let's say I'm starting a new company. It's not Nerd Fusion, so let's call it Bird Fusion. Okay, Bird Fusion. Okay, we're starting Bird Fusion, okay? So I have like a really good... I'm going to turn off the music so I can big brain this. So I have a really good executive that I want to bring in. He's going to do a lot of good work for me. He's like a CMO or something. And then I go in and I say, hey, dude, you're freaking awesome. I think you're so awesome. I want to give you 100% equity in my company. Okay, he says. And then he does his work, and then I sit there, and then what? Nobody in their right mind would ever do this. This would be going full retard, right? You would never, ever do something like this. In the same vein, if you have a platform giving some equity in your and like before people say like, oh well, it's different, like your YouTube. No, it's your business. Like your YouTube is your business, and you're giving equity. If you're giving a percentage of all revenue, you're giving equity in your business effectively without giving equity legally. But it's the same concept. Unless you have some kind of like contractual out for that, which you would certainly would. But I guess most people don't do that. They can just tell their editor, hey, I'm not doing that for you anymore, and then your editor just doesn't do it anymore. But what I'm saying is there's a really clear point where giving your editors shouldn't make that much. It's not to market value. So I'm a Cutie Pie's editor makes, I think, 50% of the income off of I'm a Cutie Pie's YouTube channel as he does I'm a Cutie Pie. And it used to be 100%. So his editor clears like easily like 50 or 60K a month. That's ridiculous, right? It's so stupid. That's way above market value. I can pay for a fantastic editor. I can pay him 5K a month. Fantastic editor, like an editor that will give me like blowjobs on the side, like an amazing editor, right? Like, there's no reason why I should pay above market value to that extent. And so the better business play is to pay someone and eat the loss, because if you just did the math and say, okay, I can pay a guy $2,000 a month, and that's going to be, times, which is a great amount for an editor, right? And I could expect, like, let's say, like 4 videos a week or 5 videos a week even, if I want to outsource this to like somewhere. And then I just do the 2x12 is like 24,000. And so if I think, okay, I can eat the 24K loss for how much time? X, which might be like 6 months before I expect to break even. It's basic business. So it equals a 12K loss if everything goes right before I start to make money, and I'm paying my YouTuber, and that's assuming that I don't do any kind of other strategy, like I don't do apparel or I don't do Patreon or whatever, which I would certainly do if I was full-time streaming, right? I don't know, marketing or PR, just get a business degree. It's probably the best thing. I mean, I don't know, college is kind of a meme. But yeah, if you get a business degree, then fuck, dude, like honestly, I don't know. I don't know how it is for like jobs. Jobs are different, but like for me, that I don't like jobs. So, do you have a degree? Yeah, I have 2 degrees. My 2 degrees are in humanistic transpersonal psychology and business entrepreneurship. BA and or actually 2 BSs, yeah. BS and both of them, yeah. Didn't help me at all. Nobody's ever asked me if I have degrees on the job or whatever. I don't know. I think it's good. I'm glad I have honestly, like I haven't used any of my degrees or anything like in any kind of way. All the things that I've learned have been extracurricular because I listen to like a lot of podcasts and I read a lot of books and stuff. Marketing, was completely extracurricular. I didn't learn a single thing about marketing, and that's what I'm really good at. Like people have said, like that's why if I like have to dip back and I have to like get a job or get some work or something, the thing that I would be applying for is marketing. Marketing is what I'm very, very good at. And the way I got good at marketing was I spent $25,000 on courses, books, mainly courses, to understand how to do PPC, SEO, and like just how advertising works, like psychology of advertising. How much editing do you want in terms of quality? Just in terms of cutting edits or inserting? Sorry, how much editing do you want? So it's really easy. Like, or is it? So you can do a thing on your dashboard. You can do you can create these little points called like highlight points. So where it says add a stream marker, I can say like, okay, this is where I'm talking about stream markers. And it will add it to here. And then an editor can go back through the VOD and it can see where I leave those markers. So I usually leave markers when I'm talking about something that I would want. And so the editor would just go there and would literally like sync that up. and cut it up and then upload it to YouTube. The difficult part is they'd have to, well, I guess it's not very difficult, but you just upload it and then just leave it there, and then I'll do all the marketing stuff for it. I'll rename it, I'll retitle it, I'll do all the contextual stuff and things like that. Getting 2 degrees probably made you smarter, though. Probably underestimated how much they grow in college. I don't know. I just feel like I did a lot of mushrooms and then like graduated. I don't know. You might be right, though. I totally might underestimate it. Seems like a 30-minute-a-day job. Is there something I'm missing? No, it's not. It should be really easy. I'm actually tempted to just like set a time that I do it myself and go through and look at my stuff. Did you make any important connections, relationships, and getting your degrees? No, nothing that actually like led to anything. I think if you go to like a good university, then you can potentially do that. But I went to a pretty meme university, like a liberal arts college with like, there was like a couple thousand people. I've heard that's good though, yeah. I guess like all my connections are in gaming from being a streamer. If I really look back on it, like being a streamer, it's interesting because a lot of other streamers didn't, well, I guess, yeah, a lot of streamers didn't do this. Like I started streaming at the same time that all like the really big streamers started streaming, but I pivoted it into business instead of continuing streaming through after 2014. And I don't regret that, I think, because I could have kept streaming and I could have like maybe become like probably not insanely successful. I don't think I have what it takes to do that, but like really, really decently successful. But I pivoted into business and that's where I got all my connections and stuff. I guess I've just kind of like always been about those memes. Do you think the leverage you would have attained from continuing streaming and being larger would have been more beneficial than switching to business earlier? It's impossible to know, but the answer is probably not. I don't think I have what it takes to produce content at like an XQC or Soda Poppin level, but I do have the capability to sell a $35 million company. So that's going to be better than like 99.9% of streamers, right? Or way more than that actually. Because if you look at like, I think even me, and I'm like a very small streamer, but as far as percentage goes, my stream is, if I look at the analytics, my stream is the top 0.12% of Twitch, 0.12% of Twitch. So even I'm the 5,700th most popular streamer on Twitch. So even my stream is considered like very small. It's like top 1%, right? Easily top 1%. How many streamers are there? Approximately 3 million. 2 million concurrent streamers every month. And then 6 million streamers that over the year. So the reason I brought up that number is because the likelihood that I'm going to be like very successful as a streamer is like super. So like think about how rare like someone like a Soda Poppin would be, right? There's like a few of them. It's really, really rare. Soda Poppin's the number 26th most popular streamer on Twitch. He represents 3% of all English viewers on Twitch. It's just an insane number, right? Really, really crazy number. The other really interesting thing about Asmongold that I just thought about, and I can't believe I didn't see this. I only saw it because of this. Check this out. Looking at Soda Poppin's statistics, his viewership is also down 22%. Just like Asmongold is down 20%. Asmongold's actually probably chasing nothing here. This is January and February. Every year on Twitch, his viewership is down this much. So actually, he might not need to do anything. He might just need to chill, and his content might be fine. And his viewership's just down because he doesn't realize the seasonal. That's super possible, actually. Wow, I didn't realize that. January and February are terrible for streaming. March picks up and then goes into the summer, which is by far the best. There's seasons for streaming. Oh yeah. December is probably one of the best months for streaming that there is. And if you stream on Christmas and New Year's, those are the best days for streaming out of any day ever. And if you stream in the summer, those are usually the best days also. So summer's really good. Summer's pretty busted. Destiny's only down 3.7%. Yeah, but Destiny's is a little bit different. He's on like a really specific kind of upward trend right now because he's getting exposed to a largely new audience. So he's an exception to this rule. What I would say is like he should be up far more, right? given what's happening to him, he should be up like if it was in the summer that this was happening, he would be up like 30%, right? He'd have like 10 to 15K viewers, no problem. He doesn't because January and February hit him too, but it's because he's collabing with like Andy Milonakis and XQC and all these guys for the first time. So a lot of new people are being exposed to him. And that'll continue. Like Steven, well, I don't know. I would say that Steven, I told you guys about 3 or 4 months ago that Steven would be a 10K viewer streamer very soon. And he is, but what I didn't estimate was that, dude, the amount of self-sabotage that Steven does to his own stream by playing fucking League of Legends and like Apex and stuff like that is astounding. He literally play anything else, and he'd be a 10K streamer. So it's like, I was right. Statistically, I was right. But I didn't estimate the pure fucking, the pure, what is the word that I'm looking for? The decision that he made in order to play games that are not as popular. Stubbornness. Thank you, Dr. Yeti. That's the word I'm looking for. Stubbornness. The stubbornness. Yeah. How's Mr. Mooten doing qualitatively? Unbelievably well. His stats are insanely good. But I don't really want to talk about it. Why? I mean, I don't think he'd be mad if I said it, but he's just leeching. That's all it is. Just leeching off a bigger content creator. So that's why he's doing very well. I'm not trying to say that in a negative way, just more of like a factual statement. Did you say playing League and Apex is hurting his viewership? Yeah. Yeah, objectively, of course. Do you think his growth will taper off because of this, or do you think he'll get to a size where he starts growing viewers from outside? I mean, it depends if he's able to be a content creator that stands alone and creates interesting content on his own, which I think remains to be seen. Typically, what will happen is that if you just purely leech off a bigger content creator, you'll gain a certain percentage of their viewership for a while, and then that will knock you up far enough to be discovered organically. So I suspect that he'll have an independent fan base if he goes full-time after school, which I think is what he's planning to do. And also, he's a very motivated individual who like creates shows and like does podcasts and stuff like that. So I think he has the capability to stand alone as a content creator. Yeah, I think he'll be just fine. Honestly, that's the easiest way to grow. Hassan gets easily 1 to 4K when Destiny is streaming. Hassan did not use Destiny to get big. Hassan is already big. Hassan is an insanely successful influencer. A lot of people don't realize this. He's a massive influencer. This is no joke, man. This guy is huge on Instagram and YouTube, and the Young Turks already got him a ton of population. His Instagram is top tier. So the viewership that he's getting on Twitch is like no surprise at all. It would take it's not that Destiny didn't help him a little bit, but it would take a lot longer to convert those viewers. So you have to do a thing like Lucas is doing, where like Lucas is literally constantly in Destiny streams, right? Constantly being exposed to 4K, 5K people. And so the entirety of Destiny's churn rate, the tens of thousands of people that are going through are being exposed to him. You don't think a lot of his Twitch viewers are from Destiny? No. It does translate to Twitch, but it takes longer than you think it does, and it's not as significant as you think it does, is what I'm saying. What do you think about someone like Shorty Kai is constantly streaming with Lyric and has like less than 1K viewers? I mean, this is kind of a hard conversation to have, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way towards him, but he's just not a good enough content creator to stand alone, which is sometimes the case, right? Like, so if somebody is unable to convert viewership from a larger broadcaster like that, it just means that their content doesn't stand up to being interesting. That's literally all it means. There's like a lot of like Hassan made a lot of really good business decisions in terms of Twitch. Like he's collabing with people, which is really good. He's also like appearing in IRL streams. He's also like appearing on like Raj Patel, like podcasts and stuff like that. He's kind of like checking all the boxes to do the right thing and also converting people off of his Instagram and YouTube as well. A lot of his Instagram stories will convert from to Twitch, and that works really well. He's probably getting, somewhere around 5,000 to 10,000 views per Instagram story. So it's a very significant call to action for Twitch when you put those up. Is it fine for someone who can't have good independent content for the main streamer to pay them to be on stream with them as sort of a co-host sort of thing? I don't think so. I think they get so much of a benefit from being on the stream anyway. It doesn't matter. So like the thing is like the two concepts that I think are really important to understand here, right? Number one is that this is the biggest thing I could teach if there's like one thing in my job that I think is my other job, not streaming. The one thing that I think is so important is that Twitch content isn't alive. Okay? This is really important to understand. Twitch content isn't alive. Twitch content is like an orgasm. It's a momentary burst into the universe, and then it's effectively gone. And there's nobody to blame for this but Twitch itself, because their VOD system is so shit. But what I mean is, like, if you have a good moment on Twitch, the most you could hope for is that it's clipped and that it's viewed and then it's gone. But that clip doesn't get any extra attention beyond its initial climb, right? So like the example I would use, and I'll explain this phenomenon, but like if you look at my clips, right, and you look at the last like 90 days or whatever, this clip got 287K views 2 months ago, and then didn't grow beyond that. It hasn't even grown a single thousand after it got posted on Reddit or anything like that. So the reason for this is because Twitch's VOD system is booty as all hell, right? And probably always will be. What I mean by the content not being alive is that, so Instagram content, this lives. This picture lives, right? His YouTube videos live. There will be calls back to them. People will be searching for specific things. So when you're a content creator that doesn't create things that are living, that's bad, right? The second thing is creating good content is really hard. And so if you can create good enough live content consistently, you can succeed on Twitch. But it's much more realistic to expect that you can create good living content when you can sit down and think about it on something like YouTube, which is why I'm such a big fan of YouTube over things like Twitch. The new highlight system is okay, but at the same time, like if I want to go to twitch.tv, again, this is user education, right, Stale? So it's like, okay, I want to go to Twitch TV and I want to search for Mylixia's highlights. What do I search for? I search Mylixia's best moments, and you know, I get nothing. Mylixia's, like, what am I realistically going to search? Mylixia highlight? It shows me a David Goggins highlight. Okay. Do you see what I mean? Like, there's no way for me to use the website in a way that that gets me in front of the content that I want to get in front of for my even if I know the broadcaster that I'm looking for. Much less if I don't know the broadcaster I'm looking for. If I'm just looking for like top League of Legends plays, what does it show me? It shows me a live stream of Trick2G, and then I get some like random kind of videos that don't have anything to do with like what I'm actually searching for. Right? These are huge problems with the way that people use the site. And this, by the way, is I know the percentage of people that use the search function on Twitch. So I'm NDA'd. I can't say this. Never mind. Anyway, let me move on. My point is that YouTube is very valuable for Twitch streamers because of how YouTube is set up as a platform to affect growth. Twitch doesn't benefit smaller streamers at all in terms of their growth. Before we can prioritize highlights on the front page, we need people actually make content, i.e. highlight rules and stuff. That is not true. You could literally just literally do this, Stale. Have your engineering team create a fucking feed where every clip on Twitch that gets to the top of livestream fail per day just gets echoed through the search bar as the top highlight, and you literally win the game. So you can't tell me that the content isn't there. It is there. The content is 100% there. It's being created every day. All you need to go to, like, literally live stream fail does your job for you, dude. Like you guys, Twitch is so fucking incompetent about this that literally, like you guys could literally be live stream fail, except you could have it on your parent website by aggregating this content via via a simple algorithm of views. All you would need to do is look at the trending clips that are going and then post those in some kind of reel. It would be so easy. The content is 100% there. People are creating it every day, and then users are actually creating it. Users are actually upvoting it on their own, dude. The entire system works for you. It's just that, like, it's just that Twitch can't be fucked to do it. Why don't you want to leech off Destiny? Because my main KP, number one, I don't agree with that morally. I don't like people that do that. I just don't. Like, and then number two, my main goal is not to grow a stream or run one. I just do this because I really like doing it. I don't want to be that guy. Maybe if like it was my livelihood that it was at stake for it, maybe I would. I don't know. I don't dislike like other people that choose to do that. It's just something I don't want to do. Like, Twitch could have owned this VOD service, but what pisses me off so much is like, dude, look at all these, like, just proof it in the pudding, man. Like, if I search top Twitch highlights on YouTube, wow, top Twitch highlights of 2017, Summit, Lyric, ST Peach, and Gamer Girl, 6.7 million views, 1.4 million views, 600K views, 200K views, 1.5 million K views, 6 million views. This is stuff that Twitch could have on their website. There's no reason why this stuff wouldn't actually be supported on their website if all you did was just chain together a highlight reel of the top clips that are coming up and trending. And they just, the engineering team just doesn't care. I don't understand your reason for not wanting to do it. It's super simple. I don't, it's not my main KPI to grow my stream. I'm not interested in like becoming like a really big streamer, right? Because to do so, I would have to drastically change my content and the nature of who I am to be the type of person that would be able to hold on to that kind of viewership. And instead, I like to talk about like super meta issues like this, like why Asmongold is like 20% down in viewership, or like why, like how Twitch meta works or YouTube meta works. And like I know that content doesn't serve out to 1,000 active viewers, right? There's just not a market for that. So I would have to, the person that I would have to become to have an 1,000 viewer stream is just not the person I want to be. We've been talking about clip compilation features for like 2 years. The big reason we aren't doing that now is because of politics. Yes, that's the real answer. That's the real answer. The clips team doesn't exist anymore. We got moved to VOD team 8 months ago. Yeah, I know that. The real answer is because that's what I'm saying is like Twitch can't be fucked to do it. And it's sad too. And I mean, there's a lot of things in engineering that are I think have gone off the deep end for the same reason. Is work politics that bad in Twitch? It's the worst place I've ever seen it besides Riot Games. No, it's not worse than Riot. Nothing's worse than Riot. It's second to Riot. it's yeah. If I was like 1,000 viewer streamer, I could never have talks like this, right? Like I would have to really like game the kind of and I could do it. Like I could like game the kind of person that I am. But I just don't want to do that. Twitch chat overlaid on stream, kind of like you and Destiny have it, so VOD watchers get to follow along. Oh yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think that's really good. Anything that sends a call to action to you to go to Twitch is super good. What about Riot is bad besides their BS against women? The last time I talked about Riot Games, you fuckers put it on livestream fail, and I had like 80 rioters fucking shoot me out, so I'm not having that talk again. Your best content is your self-help podcast style chats. Yeah, it is. I mean, of course it is. But I can't be fucked to do that every day because it's a lot of energy, you know? Like, there's just not enough to talk about. Like after doing that for like 5 or 6 days, if I just like chat like for like a 4 or 5 hour stream about just like stuff that's going on, you just like run out of stuff. That's why you need gameplay. But that's why I'm saying that like honestly, like this show, 90% of it's like when we have these talks like this should be on YouTube. It's like, this is like where that content should live because someone else can come back to this in you know, a year and still get something out of it. Because Twitch won't be any different. I'll tell you that. The same problems will be here that are here right now. They won't fix anything unless they get some real competition. Have you thought about co-streaming on both platforms? I can't. That was exclusive. But even if I did, again, remember my goal is not to... I think I've been thinking about this a lot. I don't think I'm ready to say this, but I'm almost ready to say this. I think if someone like came to me and was like, I want to be a new streamer, what should I do? I think I would tell them to stream on Facebook over Twitch at this point. I think so. Facebook is actually busted for discovery. And I think the biggest thing that the best thing that a new streamer could do is start on Facebook, get like a consistent viewership of like 500 to 700 concurrents, which isn't hard, and then transfer over to Twitch. The reason because Facebook is actually really busted in terms of it used to be so bad, but now it's really easy to find. You just have to go to Facebook gaming, which is facebook.com/gaming, fb.gg, and you get an immediate like thing of like who's streaming. And like if you go into these streams now, I really like. I want to pause this so I can't pause it. Okay, maybe this is actually terrible. Where did I see this? There we go. Yeah, I just full screened it on accident. So like if you look at, yeah, I did it again. Shit, I'm trying to show. Okay, so like a normal stream, this is really, really good that you have these kind of calls to action, and it also links to your Facebook page. So you're basically getting double the platform of marketing, right? And then the other thing too is like Facebook used to aggregate views differently, but now their views are defined as Twitch's views. So these are real viewers, just like Twitch has. I just think the discovery is a lot better. Caffeine's a huge meme, Mixer's a huge meme, but Facebook's pretty legit. If you're making videos where you talk to your audience, would you like to have Twitch chat on the side to give your YouTube your insight? Yeah, I think Twitch chat is always good on the side. I think it's good. How is Facebook gaming versus YouTube gaming? I don't know enough about YouTube gaming to answer. I haven't met with those guys in a long time. I think it's bad. The only thing that's really good is is the search aggregation. But the problem is, so if I watch like top League of Legends plays, will this show me a live stream or like League of Legends? Sometimes this shows me a live stream. It does. Yeah, it showed me the LCS, but I think sometimes it shows me streamers. So this is really cool. And I'm also pretty sure that like if you go here and then you go to your recommended tab, you can also get like live streams here too. The problem is, so the discovery is really good. And so being a YouTube gaming streamer at this moment in time is really good because of that. The problem is that we don't know when that algorithm will change. So I don't think it's reliable to build on this platform, because what if YouTube one day stops deciding to incentivize streams and then you lose this recommended tab, or you basically lose all your discovery, and then you kind of like fade into the shadow realm and you're never seen again. That's a very possible outcome from YouTube, and that's why I don't trust YouTube gaming. Because my first business I built on the back of Google, right? I built it on the back of Google AdWords. And Google did this thing every like 6 months. It wasn't even every 6 months. It was like every 3 months, called the Google Dance. And the Google Dance is when they change their algorithm to completely serve content differently or completely value content differently. So like I would have like a PageRank 9 website that was like the front of the like, so when you typed in like something like I have knee pain, like 100% the first thing that would come up was like my content. You would click it and then it would show you my book and then you would buy it. And I was making like easy like 7 to 10K a month off that website, no problem. And then when Google would change their algorithm, it would like disappear down to like page fucking 7. I'd be like, what the fuck? And I'd have to figure out what the algorithm was again. And then I would have to like change a bunch of stuff on it, like add pages, subtract pages, do different stuff until I figured out how it worked again. And Google's like still doing this. It's just an extension of YouTube. So Google's like changing the search algorithm all the time. And now the search algorithm actually changes itself. It doesn't have human input anymore, or it doesn't have a lot of human input. The search engine actually changes its own. It's effectively a general intelligence. Or artificial intelligence is the right word, not a general intelligence. Would be far more impressive, but it's an artificial intelligence that basically aggregates content differently and is constantly patching itself. So at what point does it decide that the live stream input isn't good anymore? You can't really trust it. So that's why I don't think streaming on YouTube is good. Mixer's like really bad. It's probably the worst place. Well, Caffeine is the worst place you can stream. Their SEO is like, their SEO is, let me see, lower than WebMD, lower than Wikipedia, lower than medicineplus.gov. If you ever like, I have an account here somewhere. I remember I logged into this and like the CEO immediately sent me a message, not because he knows me or anything, but literally because that's how many viewers there are. If you sign up for this and you watch a stream, like the CEO is like, hey, how's it going? The CEO of the company was like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, good, I think. And he's like, welcome to Caffeine. I was like, again, not because I'm like well known in the industry or anything. It's like not because he knew who I was, but because there was like so few viewers that he could do that. This is so funny. You need an account before you can even see what's in this website. There's like a picture of some gamer girls. And then like, God, what did these guys raise? It was some insane amount from Fox. 100 million, 146 million total. And this is what 146 million dollars gets you. It gets you a sign-up page and 3 images. Yep. Business world's fucking crazy, bro. It's because they convinced old media to do it, man. And if you look up the CEO of fucking like he's a memer too. He's like some surfer guy. Like he has no business background at all. Is it this dude? Yeah. So he did design work at Apple. He's the CEO of something I've never heard of. Oh, Apple bought it. That's why. Okay. And then Google. Yeah, actually, though, this guy's a legit entrepreneur. I take it back. This guy's really good. He's selling a business to Google and selling a business to Apple. Like, that's going to get you 100 million in funding for sure. But yeah, man. What happened was they raised all that money from Fox, right? So Fox Media, they're like, shit, like we can't Netflix is kicking our ass. Like we can't figure out how to make new content. We're still making money off Hollywood, but like a lot of our TV shows are declining. How the hell do we freaking fix this? Like, how are we going to make money? And then, hey, you know what's doing really well? Live streaming. There's a lot of gamers there that'll watch content. So if you're going to own this as Fox, everyone's going to watch your content. This is how you beat Netflix. And Fox goes, oh, wow, okay, here's $150 million. And then it's like, I'm going to make a landing page with 3 images on it. And then I'm going to go to Tahiti. Later, bitch. Like, that's literally what happened. Why doesn't everyone do that? I don't know. I think everybody, like, if you have a business idea, you might as well pitch investors on it. Like, it takes a lot to actually get a good pitch done, but yeah. 150 million for caffeine. Mixer's put in some insane amount of money in that too. I can't even like look for Mixer because it's like the SEO is so bad. Oh my God. Oh, this is all propaganda, okay, from Microsoft. Mixer hits 10 million monthly active viewers. Does it, though? If it shows up, if I turn on my Xbox to play Just Dance, and I see Mixer on it, that doesn't count as a user, okay? Can you sign into Caffeine? I don't remember my username. It's weird. It's a really weird place. You immediately feel like you're in the weird dimension. I don't really want to give them my Twitter or Facebook info. I could give them like one of my emails. I don't know.